Welcome back to Universe. I'm Andrew, and today I'm playing Magic: The Gathering on Forge. I'm playing the adventure mode. I played this before on a video titled The Definitive Best Way to Play MTG, and I stand by what I said in the intro of that video. I haven't been on here in a while, so let's play it again. I'm going to start a new game, and let's see. Core. I haven't started with green, so maybe I should do like an elf, and sure, looks like Legolas, Iratai. That's a little irritating of a name, but it's fine. And I'll play Chaos. Or Chaos? Is that Chaos what I like? I think it's Pile. I think Pile was the one I liked. If that wasn't it, I'll go back. But let's see if I start now. And so this is basically a platform that fans have made and run for years. The adventure mode is relatively new, at least relative to my knowledge of it, at least. Seems like they've been working on it for a while, just not as long as some of the other modes of play. So you can play PvP, there's another PvE mode, but this is simulating the old game Shandalar, where I'm gonna run around with pixel art. And let's check out my deck right away. I got this, check my main deck, I got 60 cards. I don't think there's a minimum requirement on the decks. I think I can cut it down to 40 or even smaller, but I think 40 is fair. So yeah, I did start out with a full 60 card deck. This is the mode I like, where it gives you a pile of cards based on the color that you chose. I chose green. They also threw in some red and white cards. So I've got a Naya deck going on. And let's see, what can I cut? This is the Lieutenant ability. I'm not playing Commander, so let's remove that. Agnoth is maybe even worse, even not discounting the fact that Lieutenant was basically flavor text, but Split Second and Shroud, I'm going to keep it around. No, Split Second doesn't matter. It's not Flash. Anyway, I'm going to make some cuts, and then we'll get started. If you don't know Magic, I'll explain a little bit as we get into the gameplay. Alright, we still got some jankiness, but let's wander around. Let's jump into the first fight. This person was walking up to me, chasing me down. Let's battle. So I've drawn 7 cards from my shuffled deck on the right side. It says Green Wizard 3 is going first. I'm going second. I will keep my hand rather than mulligan, because then I'd only get 6 cards. And I'm going to press spacebar to click through their turn. Play a forest. Should set. No, I don't think I need to stop yet. Alright, so they're playing Nature's Lore. They get to search for a forest and put into play. So they got a little bit of ramping going on. And I think I will play Aquastrand Spider. Pay 2 mana. So Aquastrand Spider. Oops, it wants me to activate the ability. Can I just... There we go. So in the top right corner, you can see it costs 1 and a green. That adds up to 2. And so I tapped 2 lands in order to pay for it. One of them had to make green mana. They're both forests, so they both made green mana. And it has Graph 2, so even though in the bottom right you can see it says 0/0, the Graph 2 ability means it has 2 +1/+1 counters. So instead of a 0/0, it is a 2/2. But I can pay a green mana and move, or give a can pay green mana and give something reach, which lets it block flying until end of turn. And as I play more creatures, I can move the counters from this creature onto the new creatures. That's what the Graph ability does. I can actually move it onto opponent creatures as well, which is going to be a bit annoying in this mode, because it's going to ask me every time my opponent plays a creature if I want to move a +1/+1 counter onto it, and I definitely do not. So my opponent is ramping a lot. They now have a 1/3 that can tap for mana with that ability. Now it's asking me, do I want to graft? So no, I do not want to graft. And now I can't really attack because they have a 1/3. If I attacked and they would choose to block, my 2 damage would be dealt to their 3 toughness, they'd survive. Their 1 damage would be dealt to my 2 toughness, I would survive. I could use my Blood Rush on Wasteland Viper. So this has the ability that when I'm attacking, I can discard this from my hand to pay that green cost to give a creature +1/+2 and Death Touch. So if I want to trade this card from my hand for this Naturalist, I could. And that might be worth it because I don't know what they're ramping into. I also have Larger Than Life though, +4/+4 and Trample. I probably do want to use the Wasteland Viper as the Blood Rush ability, or just hold on to it for the Death Touch. Yeah, you know what? Just to be cheeky, I'm going to attack. Then they're going to declare their block. And during the declare blocker's step, I'm going to cast Larger Than Life. Oh, it's a sorcery. Oh no! Oh, that's awkward. It's not an instant, so I can't use it during the combat. So I guess I'll Blood Rush. And so that ability now in my discard pile is Wasteland Viper. So I had to discard it for that ability. Hopefully that slowed down their ramping a little bit. They have Incubation Druid, that's a strong card. Also can be tapped for mana. And if it has a +1/+1 counter on it, add 3 mana. And it can get 3 +1/+1 counters if they pay 5 mana. For now, it's just a 0/2. No, I do not want to graft onto it. I played another creature, also taps for mana. So they're down to 3 cards in their hand. I drew a white, so I have access to some of my other cards now. I cut red entirely from the deck. I mean, I guess I'm going to attack again. Do I just play the larger than life to push through damage? Normally, I think that's a terrible strategy. But because it's a sorcery, that's pretty much the only way it can be used. So I'm going to. They decided not to block, so they just took it. Their 10 life went down to 4. Normally in Magic you start with 20, but in this mode you don't. Alright, so they did play an 8/8 Trampling Elephant. So that's not good. I will not graft onto it. And now it's going to be a lot harder to do those last 4 points of damage. I only have 12 health, so hopefully they attack me for 8 and I can try to finish them off with some squirrels, because I'm about to play Deranged Hermit. Oh, do I want to graft onto these? Probably not. I could graft onto the Hermit, so that it gets it to be a little bit bigger, gets to be a 2/2. So, yeah. I think I will draft onto the Hermit. Because it's a little bit more valuable. I'd like it to be able to survive. I don't know. And then I get a bunch of squirrels. It's going to ask me to graft every time. No. No. I think there's a hotkey shortcut for this, but I don't know it, so. Alright, how many? I get 4 squirrels. Okay. And they all get +1/+1, so as long as the Hermit stays alive, they are 2/2s instead of 1/1s. I'm not going to attack because my opponent can block with this giant elephant. And again, I'm hoping they attack because then I can attack them back, but they probably won't because they know they're at 4 life. The AI is not super smart in this game, but it's smart enough not to make that blunder. They gain 5 life from this Bramble Worm. I will not graft onto it. They go up to 9. This isn't going great. So now I have to pay 5 because of the upkeep, the Echo ability on Deranged Hermit. The turn after it comes into play, I have to pay for it again, basically. And my hand is all lands. So if I attack with everything, 3... No, they can block 3 things. I have 6, so 3 things will get through for a total of 5 damage, putting them down to 4. But then they can attack and kill me. And both of these have trample. They can attack me for 15 with just these 2 creatures. I have to block at least 4 of that to survive, which would presumably be 2 of my squirrels. But I still wonder if they will attack. Let's find out. They were thinking about it. Alright, so they have 1 card in hand. I don't know what it is. It could be an instant that could mess me up. But I'm wondering if I just need a block. If I put 4 squirrels in front of the elephant, I can 4 squirrels kill an elephant. Everybody knows that. The Bramble Worm still gets through though. And I do not have 14 power. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 power. So I can't kill both the attacking creatures. I also can't let them both hit me. Trample means 1 blocker per attacker is not enough because their excess damage will go over. 15, I need a block 4. I would take 11 and go to 1. So that means 2 squirrels down. And then I can attack back for 2, 4, 6, 7. 4 of that would probably be blocked. Or they might not. They won't block if they're not going to die. But potentially, they could block that much. And they only go to 6, and then I want to lose. So I think I have to block the Mammoth now. And hopefully I draw powerful stuff to catch up. Oh, I need to block with 4. Oof. And yeah, that's what I gotta do. And they played a Panglacial Worm, which is a 9/5 with trample. So I was totally right about them ramping into something. And I drew another forest. I'm gonna attack with everything and just let them kill me. Alright, so that's how the game works. Now my life is down to 9 out of 12. So I would start the next game with only 9. But if I go into town, I think that gets reset back up to 12. I also have $200 I can spend. So let's jump into town. I'm back. Yeah, I've healed up. And we can shop. So winning the games helps you get money. This has some nice upgrades. So you can get things like being able to move faster. So you can run away from those people who want to chase you down. +2 life is really important. I only started with 200 gold though, so I can't actually afford any of these things. A lot of this is armor that gives me extra life, but I can't afford any of it right now. This little symbol is the symbol of the Izzet, which is a blue-red guild from Ravnica, basically indicating that blue and red cards will be found here. For now, I'm gonna, you never know what you might build into, but for now I'm not gonna spend any money on cards that I can't immediately add to upgrade my deck, which is basically going to be green and white cards. If there's something really good that's red, I could play that because I have the mountains for it, but yeah, I don't even have the lands to play blue or black cards at this point. 6 mana Planeswalker is nice, but again, I don't have the blue mana. I do have a couple ways to make... I also don't have $500, so it doesn't matter. A lot of these cards do tend to be rares. I think they put a higher percentage of rares and mythics into these shops, which makes sense. So these are all slivers. Slivers are an archetype where they build off each other, but I'm not really looking for that. Some slivers are good on their own, but I didn't see any that I wanted at a glance. White and black cards, so I'm here just to see what's white. Core Outfitter costs double white based on equipment. We'll pass on that. Kind of unlucky, there's nothing green focused here. Some artifacts. I don't know all these cards at a glance, but I'm just kind of looking at them like, I don't think I want that. So I could be missing some good stuff. I always forget this symbol. What is this one? I don't know still. This is okay, and it's cheap. Not good, but it's okay. This would be great, but it costs 500. I could save up my money, but... Red and white, but it's with a cycling theme. What is this card? 2/1. Oh, this is... Oh, as long as your opponent has 10 or less life, it has +2/+1. I think that's the Bloodthirst card from Worldwake, but don't need that. Alright, so I might come back for that one green card. Anything I can even afford. This Iron Bully Menace. 3 mana 1/1. It gives a +1/+1 counter to somebody. No, I can't do that. It's too bad. More slivers. Predatory Sliver is actually solid as a 2/2 for 2. And then Venom Sliver gives all my slivers Death Touch. I might actually spend my 200 on these two cards. Oh, Quill Sliver can be good too. If I had another $150, I would probably buy that Quill Sliver. I don't usually try to build slivers ever in my life, but every once in a while. So let's see, what do we have? This is 2 mana 1/1 protection from goblins. No thank you. And probably cut something higher costed. Hibernation's End is pretty strong. Unnatural Growth is iffy. Mythic Proportions is just, this one, it's fun. Probably like in my top 50 favorite cards. Man, this larger than life being a sorcery is pretty bad. So we're going to cut that. And we're going to add both of those slivers I just got. Oh, I forgot I can also... Oh, wait, did I just sell them? No. I can sell though, right? Where do I go to sell? Because I might be able to go get $150. If I'm in a shop, forget where to sell. Sell. Oh, here we go. So, what can I sell? I don't need these. Oh, I just added that to my deck. Sell that. That's $100 already. Guess I'm not going to be building red. I'll keep the Myojin for now. Thunderfoot Bailout, 6 mana, 5/5. Trample. I think we can do better. Let's sell that. Let's sell this protection from goblins. I mean, so one thing about this game is that very niche cards like protection from goblins can actually be good because you might face goblins. So you might go into a place that just has a bunch of goblins, and having protection from goblins is actually exactly what you need. And maybe that's one of the mistakes I make when I play this, is I kind of cut cards like that. I don't like changing my deck every time I go to a new area and I face a new enemy. Do I cut Steel Shaper's Gift? I could get a good equipment. I tend to focus on my own deck rather than like being able to build for different situations. And all right, what was that other card? Is it something white or was it an artifact? I thought there was another green card. Where was the green card? Oh, there's more slivers now. If I'm doing slivers, steel form is okay. Man, I want this brood sliver though. All right, apparently I'm just doing all slivers. Let's go get $300 worth of stuff. I'm gonna sell more cards. Target creature perpetually loses all abilities, and then Patriarch's Humiliation deals damage to it equal to the number of creatures you control. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like Molder. I need to get $75 more, so I gotta get rid of something. I guess I'll get rid of the Steel Shaper's Gift. All right, now I'm gonna grab that Brood Sliver. Now I have 4 slivers in my deck, and they're all like reasonable cards. So let's cut a couple more cards. I like this guy, but 5 mana 1/1. He gets more counters based on how many +1/+1 counters are already on your creatures, but I don't have that many, so it'd be nice to build around, but not for now. And the 6 mana 4/5, maybe I just should have sold that. So yeah, I lowered my curve a little bit, meaning I'm not relying on higher cost cards, which is good. I can play my better cards early by cutting the more expensive cards. I still have Mythic Proportions and Unnatural Growth that don't do a ton on their own. Hibernation's End is slow, but otherwise I think this is pretty good. I mean, obviously it's not really good, but it's, I think you can go here to buy, somewhere where you can buy lands. Anyway, I'm not buying lands now anyway. So, now I can just adventure. I've never gotten too far in this game. I think let's fight this guy. I think I got to one of the boss areas, and I don't think I ever beat it. It was like the blue one. I won the coin toss. I can play or draw. I'll go first. Oh, my face is covering my hand, isn't it? Is that helpful? If I move the whole screen around? I got 2 lands. This looks good. I'm gonna keep, play a forest, and end my turn. I could play the Viper, but I didn't want to. I think its Bloodlust or Blood Rush ability is better than actually playing it. So I don't have a 3rd land. I could draw one next turn. I wouldn't be able to play it now anyway, but it'd be nice to get a 3rd land so that I can at least play Spoils of Victory, make sure I'm hitting more and more lands. High Rise, Sawjack, 3 mana 2/3 with Reach. It's good. For now, it's just, do I play Aquastrand, Spider, or Deathhood Cobra? Probably the Spider. Because then I can graft if I want to. My opponent has Umori the Collector as their companion, which means we know that every card in their deck shares a card type. And if you don't play a lot of Magic and you're like, how am I supposed to keep track of all these abilities? This might not be a good game mode for you, honestly, unless you're patient and willing to learn them and maybe look them up, because there are a ton of cards in Magic and this format pulls from all of them. So that part is super fun for me. I really like having all the cards mixed together, but Magic, I think, is a not too complicated game. What makes it complicated is all the different abilities from like 30 years. So if that's your situation, then yeah, it's a complicated game. But if you start from like just a small set or an introductory set, it's not complicated to get into. If you try to play Commander, it's insanely complicated because, again, people are building their decks from all of Magic, including some of the most complicated cards that are made just for Commander. Probably just play this guy. Normally you'd play your creature post-combat, but I'm not really worried about it. Just because you want to hide the information about what you're playing from your opponent during the attack. Ooh, I got Llanowar Tribe, but it costs 3 green and I only have 2 green and a white. I can't actually play that. You can't see its cost, but I don't know where. Maybe right in the middle is probably the best spot for my face. There you go. Actually might be true in this game. Like here actually might be the best spot until the board starts to fill up. So I can play Spoils of Victory. I can get a forest. So I think this time I'll do it properly and attack first. And then in my second main phase, M2 here, we'll play this and I'll get a forest. And they play Omori. So as a companion, they can play it from outside the game. Oh, they have to spend 3 mana to add it to their hand. That's how companions work. From outside the game. Now I've got 5, and I got a Brood Sliver. It's my first Sliver, so its triggered ability won't do anything. Probably won't play it. It's best to play it when you can then immediately attack with a couple slivers and make some baby sliver tokens. So for now, let's just play the tribe. And I have to let the graft ability resolve and say no for that. So let me do that. No. I could be grafting, but I'm keeping my I like a spread of creatures. I don't need to invest counters into one creature. Polywog Symbiote. So this is a mutate deck. Each creature you cast costs 1 less if it has mutate. Mutate is an ability that lets you like evolve your creatures into other creatures. And this one is specifically primed for being mutated. Oh, they're asking me if I want to graft onto it. No, thank you. But for now, it's just a 1/3, so that's not going to do much for them. I'm going to attack with everything in there at 2, so yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to their health, but that's it. We got it. And I got some prizes here. An Essence Symbiote. What is that? 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever a creature... Yeah, more mutate stuff. So the enemies give you cards themed around what their own deck does. So whenever a creature you control mutates, you put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, and you gain 2 life. Also 2 mana, 2/2. Which this deck text wouldn't do anything for me because my deck doesn't have any mutations in it. But at this point in the campaign, a 2/2 for 2 might be good enough. I got another forest. I don't need any more forests. I got a swamp and a Thriving Grove, which can make any color in addition to green, but it enters play tapped. So I don't think I need to add any of these right now. I don't think I actually need a 2/2 for 2. I think most of my cards end up being a little better than that. But I do have a compulsion to always look anyway. I do have a Thallid. Thallid is fun, but actually not that amazing. Jaspara Sentinel can kind of ramp a little bit, but I'm not really ramping. Maybe I should cut that. Thallid is probably not good enough, but I like it. Jaspara Sentinel might be better than Thallid, but could have gone into that little dungeon. I'm gonna run away from this wizard guy. Oh, is he gonna catch me? That's a little mini game here. Oh, he got me. I guess that's what movement speed is for. All right, I got 1 forest and 2 plains. I got 2 2-drops and a combat trick. I'll keep it. I'm going second though. Another sliver. So I have Venom Sliver and Quilled. Venom gives Death Touch to all my slivers. Oh, and this is a combo. I didn't even notice that when I put them both in my deck. I was just like, oh, they're good slivers. Quilled Sliver lets all slivers tap to deal damage to attacking or blocking creatures. And Venom Sliver gives all slivers Death Touch, which means any damage they deal is lethal. And that would also apply to this ability. So that's going to be fun. But I'm going to have to wait until now. And let's get Venom Sliver down. Field Marshal. Other soldiers get +1/+1 and have first strike. Oh, you can't see the art. Yeah, I never know where my face is supposed to be. And let's see. Let's play another forest. We're not going to attack. But if they attack, they're in for a treat. because my Quilled Sliver is now giving Venom Sliver the ability to tap and kill a creature that's attacking or blocking. So they didn't attack because they don't want to attack into my Death Touch creatures. I don't think the AI knows. I say AI in a world where AI is actually getting smarter by the day, but the automated opponent doesn't know that I could use this ability, but they do know that my creatures have Death Touch. Audacious Infiltrator can't be blocked by artifact creatures. Yeah, I'm like super not afraid right now because I can just tap to kill attacking creatures. But at some point I will have to be able to attack. But now I can attack in Reach or Death Touch for 2 mana. Now I can attack and leave my slivers back to kill whatever tries to block my attackers. My damage wouldn't go through because the creature would have already been declared as a blocked. But killing creatures is nice. So they're enchanting a creature with... Ooh! Oh no, it's not an enchantment. It's just an instant. So until end of turn, it gets +2/+2 and indestructible. Which probably means I'm going to have to take 5 from that. Alright, I have that green. Set creatures to block it, or select another blocker. I'm not going to block. I am going to take this 5 damage, unfortunately. But now, after the blocking happened, or didn't happen in this case, it's still a declare blocker's step, but I can activate an ability. Activate this one and target a creature that's attacking or blocking to deal 1 damage to, and I'll choose this one. And once this ability resolves, it's going to deal 1 damage to it. Because it has Death Touch, it will be lethal damage. Boom. And the ability of that creature was giving that soldier +1/+0, because as other soldiers they control get +1/+0. So it shrunk down a little bit. I'm only going to take 4 and go to 8. I can't do it. I mean, I can try to do it, but it's indestructible this turn, so. And then they're playing Hazda Marshal. Whenever it attacks, at least and at least 2 other creatures attack, they get a soldier with lifelink. Alright. Now what do we got going on? So I can attack. Yeah, I'm going to attack with my Infiltrator because it has 3 power. They chose to block. And I'm going to use Quilled Sliver to kill it before the combat damage happens. So my creature's still blocked, but it doesn't die now. Still in the declare blocker step, so I'll press OK again to go to main phase 2. And play Silklash Spider, which is a 2/7 and very good at killing flying creatures. But my opponent doesn't have those. But 2/7s are still good. Hero Blade Hold is a little annoying because when she attacks, she gets 2 white soldiers that are also tapped and attacking. But I guess I'm not too afraid of little soldiers, and I can kill her easily with my Sliver combo. Now I have a flying creature. I'm going to attack. Well, I'm going to bait them. So again, they don't know. The enemies are dumb. They don't know that I'm going to kill them this way, even though I just did it. But I'm going to attack with everything. They're going to block with both their creatures. Oh, only one of their creatures, but I'm going to kill it. And they take 4 from the other 2 unblocked creatures. And I'll play the Drake. You play Rock's Pike Master. First strike. Other soldiers you control have first strike. Man, this is pretty nice. I got a nice little combo right off the bat just from the Sliver store. As long as I just keep my slivers back to ping off whatever tries to block. It's going to give my opponent a hard time. And no need to play anything else. Perimeter Sergeant. And Thraben Standard Bearer. Just a standard bearer. Alright. So even if I didn't have a crazy combo at this point, I've got 4 attackers. I can only block 2 of them, which means I have to take at least hits from 2 of them, which would be at least 4 damage. And I win. Ooh, 5 cards. Oh, but 2 of them are planes. 3 of them are planes. Fierce Retribution, 2 mana, destroy target attacking creature. But cleave for 6, which means I can cast it for 6 instead of 2, in which case it will destroy any creature instead of any attacking creature. And Adamant Will, the card they played, it gives a creature +2/+2 and indestructible. And this one's actually an instant. which my 2-mana pump spell was not. So this one's better, but I don't think I'm going to add it in. Should I play the Fierce Retribution? I tend to undervalue removal in my life, so I should play it. What am I going to remove? Oh, is it time for Thallid to go? Thallid is a card that is cute, but it's a little 1/1 for 1. Every turn, starting on the turn, on your turn, after you played it, it gets 1 counter. Turn after that, it gets another one. On your turn after that, it gets another one. So on your second, third, fourth, on your 4th turn, it will have 3 counters if you played it on turn 1. And then you can spend those 3 counters to make another little baby token, another little 1/1. So it takes a long time to do a little bit. And if you draw it on like 5th, 6th turn, it's going to be a sad day. So not actually that good. But he's a cute little guy. Alright, let's check out the dungeon. Alright, so this has got 3 Minotaurs in it and some treasure. This way is blocked, so I'm going to walk around. Let's see if we can take out these 3 Minotaurs, and I can go back to town with some treasure. Or maybe find a different town. We'll see how long it takes. So I'll try to play faster. I got a forest. I'm going first. I have Venom Sliver. Oh, I have 2 plains, and I also drew the Llanowar tribe. Spoils of Victory will help me find my 2nd forest. Play the Venom Sliver. Another plains, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Spoils to find a forest. Attack. Opponent's doing nothing, which is nice. I still don't have a 3rd forest, but I did get Cartographer's Survey. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 lands onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom. Alright, so let's do that. None? I looked at 7 cards and got no lands? Alright, they play Dwarven Mine, a land that gives them a 1/1 token. Ooh, Hibernation's End. That will help. Alright, so I'm not going to attack because this creature's too valuable to trade with a little 1/1 dwarf. Hibernation's End is going to help. Although, ooh, was Thallid my only... Thallid and Wasteland Viper are my only ones. So now during my upkeep... Oh, they're doing stuff now. And enters the battlefield, discard a card. 2 mana, 4/3. So now I have to pay 1. It has cumulative upkeep, which means every turn I have to pay 1 more than I paid for it last time. So this time it's just 1. But then I get to search for a creature that costs that amount. And I don't have any. Because again, I think the Thallid was the last one that I cut. Or I mean, I've got the other one in my hand. That's the snake. And then I drew a card for my turn, and this is my combo. So that's going to do it. Alright. Feel good about this. So I can do this. No. We're not blocking. Not blocking. There we go. I'm taking that 2 damage. I could have played Fierce Retribution on something, but eh. And they're playing Morag, Fury of Akum. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it has attacked. And has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you get an extra attack. But it seems like they have already played their land, or they're not doing that. Alright, so I'll go ahead and pay 2 for Hibernation's End. Yes, now I can actually find something that costs 2. Do I want the Predatory Sliver to bump up my sliver situation? Probably, yeah. That is, Hibernation's End is eating up all my mana, though. But now I have 2 creatures that can use the Quilled Sliver poke ability, because slivers share all their abilities with each other, which is why they're 2/2s now, because Predatory Sliver says they get +1/+1. So now I can kill Morag when he attacks. They won't attack with the dwarfs because I can block with 2/2s. If I need to, I can play Fierce Retribution. I'm not going to be doing much for a few turns, but I can run them out of cards. There is a card that they have in their deck that lets them put a ton of Minotaurs out. but I think I'll be okay. Alright, so they're attacking. Go ahead and kill it. They get another attack phase, but they're not attacking. Let's go ahead and pay 3. I have 1 3 cost. Right. Definitely want to go up to 5 because that's where I have the Brood Sliver. I tapped my planes on purpose because in case I drew a forest, I could play Llanowar Tribe, but now the only cards I could cast are white, and I don't have planes left. I could play the Viper, but it's probably still better as a Blood Rush. I could even start attacking. I think I will. And this doesn't give trample, does it? So they're just blocking with 2 dwarves. They're not going to attack with the Spirit Crafter, are they? Just in case, I'm gonna Blood Rush anyway. And now because there are multiple creatures blocking my attacker, I've got to split up the damage. I get to deal 3. So I'm gonna do 1 here, 1 here, and then it doesn't matter where the rest of it goes in this case. Another Morag, that's fine. Pay 4. And maybe get a flying creature. What did this one do? How do I... Is there a way to look at it? Ah, here we go. 3/3, change the color of a creature. 2/2 flying. Or 2/1 flying. Enters the battlefield with a shield on it. If it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a counter. It's pretty good. I think I'll take that one. And I did draw another white card and no more lands though. So I can't do anything. I just keep getting free cards from Hibernation's End, which is perfectly fine with me. Next time I get my Brood Sliver. I could attack, and if they block, I can ping something off. What does this guy do? Whenever he blocks something with flying, he gets +2/+0. So that's not going to matter. But I'm going to go ahead and bait them into blocking here. Now, you'd never pull that off against a human opponent. Ooh, Rocket Disciple, but they don't have any plains or islands in their deck. So, yeah. The AI was not prepared for this combo. So next turn, I'm going to stop paying the cumulative upkeep because I don't have anything to search for at 6. Do I? I don't think so. No creatures that cost 6 in the deck anymore. And let's just attack with... No, I do want to attack with a Sliver. Alright, so I don't care. Auto that. Let's choose the order of the blocking creatures. Just 2 creatures are blocking the High-Ride Sawjack. So I can choose the order that I want to deal damage to them in for the future step when we actually start assigning damage. But I'm just going to kill them. Or kill that one at least. And these are both dying. So I don't need to ping anything off there. They get another dwarf from their land. Hibernation's End I will not pay for. So it's gone to my graveyard, and now I can spend my mana as I please. Still no 3 forests for the Llanowar Tribe, but I have Brood Sliver, and also my opponent's got basically nothing. I'm just going to attack with everything. And I get to make a lot of tokens. Oh, they're down to 2. So now I get a Sliver for every damage that I dealt. Or just one. 1 per Sliver that hit. Oh, just 1 per hit. So I get 3 slivers? 4 slivers? Or maybe they blocked the Brood Sliver. Yes, use the ability. And they all get the buffs of all the other slivers. So things are wild. But my opponent's at 2, so the game will be over momentarily. I got 3, so I'll go ahead and play Llanowar Tribe. I could have played something last turn. I could have played like Deranged Hermit, Sun Hermit. Sometimes you just don't. But anyway, there we go. And I get a prize. Dwarven Mine, Mountain, Snow-Covered Mountain. And achievement earned, Mana Flooded. Win a game with at least 8 lands on the battlefield. Alright. Next Minotaur. I won the coin toss. I will play. I will keep. My hand is kind of pricey, but I got a good mix of lands and spells at least. I'll get there eventually, hopefully. Get this spider, so I have something early. If I only had high costing things, I might be more worried. Alright, they played a creature. That's not great. This is a 2/3 with trample and gives your other minotaurs +1/+1 and trample. Alright, Quilled Slivers, fine. Ooh, do I want to graft onto that? No. Probably. I get a token, I can graft onto it. They get a Tactician. Haste. +1/+1 while you have a white creature, +1/+1 while you have a blue creature. They've got to stop playing Apocalypse Minotaurs from the Raka group. It's not working out. I think I can trade with that one, right? Doesn't have first strike, does it? What is it? Why is it a 2/2? Oh, +1/+1 and trample. I could block the Rageblood Shaman instead with both my creatures. You know what? I am going to do that. So combined, they're going to deal 3 total damage and kill it, but my opponent will get to choose how to assign that 2 damage. I actually think they're going to put it on the spider because it's bigger, and I hope that's what they do because the Quilled Sliver is more valuable in our deck, as you know. But it's up to them. There we go. So and now that +1/+1 ability is gone. And I can play accordingly. 5 mana, I can play the Hermit and bring out my army of squirrels. The Swooping Protector for later. I'm not attacking this turn. I don't have to worry about graph triggers anymore because the spider's dead. Fellhide Spirit Binder. 4 mana, 3/4. When it becomes untapped, you can pay 2 mana to make a token that's a copy of another one of your creatures. But it's also an enchantment, and it only lasts for that turn. Alright. So that is when it untaps, which means it has to become tapped somehow. And survive. I'll pay for that. Echo on Deranged Hermit. Probably should have played a forest there, but it doesn't matter. Next turn I will have Mythic Proportions mana. I can make a giant Deranged Hermit. I can attack with my squirrels, but I won't. I would lose 1 to the Spirit Binder and deal up to 6 damage. Sometimes it makes sense to push creatures through even though you're losing them, but I don't think this is one of those situations. Because I want to keep my squirrels back to be able to block the Spirit Binder. So we're going to block. I'm going to block with at least 2, because that would kill it. But there aren't a ton of reasons not to just block with all of them, just in case they have some kind of trick or surprise. They'd have to raise its toughness up to 9 to not die to my squirrels. And they can still only assign 3 damage, so no matter how many squirrels I block with, they're only going to kill 1 of them. So that worked out. I play Morag. They don't have a land, so they don't have an extra attack. And now I have 7 lands, 7 mana, 7 cost Mythic Proportions, or a 3/3 or a 2/1 flying. 7/7. Oh, +8 and trample would make it a 9/9. 6, 7, 8. So even if they block with everything, there's an argument to put that Mythic Proportions on a squirrel instead. A, for giant squirrel value, and B, because now the Deranged Hermit is a especially juicy target. If they have a removal spell, killing the 9/9 that also is pumping squirrels is really good. Obvious choice. But as a 1/1, he's useless though. So I wanted to make him not as useless in a fight. I'm going to attack with him, and I'm going to keep everybody else back. I just took it, go to 5. They get a dwarf token and an extra combat phase. But will they attack? No. Second attack? No. And they play Deathbellow Raider. Attacks every turn, and it can regenerate for 3 mana that they can't pay for because they don't have black. Predatory Sliver will pump my Quilled Sliver. Now if I attack with the Deranged Hermit, my opponent can actually block sufficiently. 9/9 and Trample. If I also attack with Squirrel Sliver, that's 8 damage. Which means they have to block 2 of them. They have to block 2 of them and all 9 from the Hermit. These two Minotaurs here, Morag and Raider, that is total of 9 toughness, so they can block the Deranged Hermit. It's 9 damage. And then they can use 3 1/1s to block 3 2/2s and only take 2 damage from that fight. But if that's how they block, they will be demolished. I mean, they won't lose this turn, but their board is wrecked. I wonder if there's any reason to keep the Quilled Sliver up and not attacking. Is it more valuable as a 2/2 attacker or more valuable as its ability? I'm going to try not attacking, or not attacking with it. Alright, they did put 9 toughness in front of Deranged Hermit, which is actually kind of nice because that's only 8 power. It's not actually going to kill Deranged Hermit. And let's see, this 1/1 is blocking a 2/2, this 2/2 is blocked by a 1/1, and this 2/2 is blocked by a 1/1. None of them has Death Touch or anything, so there's actually, none of my stuff is dying, and all of their stuff is dying. And they're taking 0 damage. I can live with that. Oh, they played Deathbellow Warcry. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what does that card do? It puts a bunch of Minotaurs into play. And then they played this guy here. When he or another non-token Minotaur enters the battlefield, create a 2/3. Ah, okay. So, and they could put 4 into play at the same time, which means they get 4 2/3s. Since it's the beginning of your end step, you may pay 3 mana, sacrifice something to put something else into play randomly. Neheb has afflict 3, so if I block it, I lose 3 life. And you get mana for each life your opponents have lost. And then Morag again. Alright, so they're going to get 4 2/3s. And that's a little bit scary. Now at the end of their turn, I can play this Swooping Protector because that is the flash ability. So I will. So what was that card they played? They played a card that Deathbellow Warcry. Search your library for 4 Minotaurs and put them into play. So that's what they did there. Alright, and now what can I do? Can I get through this? They now have 8 blockers. I only have 7 attackers. 7 is not enough. Now I really want my Death Touch Sliver so that I can ping off attackers, because now they're going to be able to actually attack me. And their 2/3s are bigger, their Minotaur tokens are bigger than my Squirrel tokens. Deranged Hermit's going to be nice, but I think I do still want to try to win. So I'm going to attack with my bird, because they can't block it because it's flying. They don't have anything with flying or reach, I think. So if I can do 2 damage this turn and then at least 2 damage next turn, that might be good enough. Play both of these. So just more creatures on the ground that I can block with. They are at a low life, so they might not attack. They're thinking about it. The AI is running. They played their land to get an extra attack. They played another legendary Minotaur. Whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each ally you have, but that's their only ally. That's another Minotaur for Sethron to make another 2/3. And that's all they're going to do. Because they're afraid of the crackback. They're only at 3. But I don't know if I can sneak in a 3rd point of damage. I am only at 10. I guess they did the math and decided not to attack, so that's good. For now. Oh, they've got another attack. They have to recalculate. Still not a good idea. They get mana equal to life I lost, which is none. And then they can pay 3. Oh, the Dreamshaper Shaman's going to let them pay 3 to sacrifice a non-land permanent. To reveal cards. So they can sacrifice a token to go get another Minotaur. They sacrifice... Oh, I don't know what they did. I don't know what they sacrificed, but they got a Blood Rage Brawler. When it enters the battlefield, they discard a card, but they don't have any cards, so they're fine. They get another 2/3 token. Things are a bit out of hand. I drew a Plains, which is not great. How many creatures do they have? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to take 2 hits. I would probably take the hit from Naheb because if I block it, I lose 3 life anyway. So I take 4 here. And as long as it's not Morag, I can block anything else. Or take the damage from anything else. Like I could take Neheb and 2 Minotaur tokens, for example. That's 8. I'll be at 2. Because I need to attack with my bird to try to win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have to let 3 creatures through. Assuming they attack, and if they draw a land, Neheb or Morag's trigger is going to give them an extra attack, and I will lose. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they draw a Minotaur that they can't attack with. Because I've got to try to win. This is my way to win. It's by attacking with this bird. They're at 1. I can change a creature's color with the Swirling Spriggan. I can deal 1 damage to an attacking creature. Alright, so they did get a land. Are they going to figure out that they can attack me with everything twice to win? I'm pretty sure that would do it. Their stuff is just too big. Oh. Yeah, I think in order to properly use Morag, you have to play the land after combat. So this is their one chance to untap all of their... This is their bonus combat step. And this is the combat step during which they get to untap everybody. So now they can go ahead and attack. They'll get a normal combat step after this, but they won't get to untap because that was the untap. So if you play Morag, you need to do your first attack, then play the land, then play your second attack. I think I'm okay, if I understood that correctly. Looks like they might not be attacking anyway. So there you go. Oh no, here's the declare attacker step. And they went right through it. Yeah, I think they could have killed me there. But that's one of the benefits of playing with not super smart opponents. And there's another land, but at this point I'm fine. So I can just attack with my protector again. And we barely got there. Got a Dwarven Mine again and a Bat Mountain. Alright. Achievement earned, Hellbent, win a game with no cards. And another Minotaur to finish out this little dungeon. This time I got no lands, so that's not a good number. So I'm gonna have to mulligan Which means I get another 7 cards, but I'm going to have to put 1 onto the bottom of my library, so I actually only get to start with 6. I think that's going to be the swooping... No, it's going to be this Essence Symbiote. Yeah. Sorry, little guy. I'll keep going second. Get a Forest. Forest, Aquastrand, Spider. I'm going to need a Plains at some point, but I'm going to play the Llanowar Tribe next, so no rush. 2-1 with First Strike, which means if in a fight it deals its damage first, and if it kills its opponent, it doesn't take any damage in return. There's the Plains. Oops. Do I? No, I'm not going to graft onto that. So they're probably not going to attack here. Oh, a Novice Spirit Crafter. Give Minotaurs +1/+1, so now they can attack. And I'm going to have to take 3. Because anything I block with would just die and not kill it in return, which is not going to work for me. Quilled Sliver would be good, but I've got this Swooping Protector. Oh, I can also make 3 extra mana with the Llanowar Tribe. So I can make up to 7 mana this turn, but I have 3 white spells and only 1 Plains, so having a ton of green doesn't matter. Attack with the Llanowar Tribe. Oh, they're at 16. How do I want to do this? Maybe I'm not in a rush here. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Okay, yeah, I should have attacked with the tribe. Because I was like, if I attack with the tribe, they can attack with the Spirit Crafter. But I can't do anything about it. Oh no! Oh, I needed to set a stop in their Declare Attacker step to play my Swooping Protector. Now the game skipped my priority during Declare Attackers because I hadn't highlighted it. Which means now I'm in the blocking step. I have to declare a blocker now. Oh my gosh. This is really bad. I was going to play Swooping Protector to be a surprise blocker because of the flash ability. But because I didn't set a stop in Declare Attackers, I can't do that now. And what I realized was I should have attacked with Llanowar Tribe so that they would attack with Spirit Crafter, so that then I could play Swooping Protector. I could graft onto it and make it a 3/2, block the Spirit Crafter. Shield means Swooping Protector survives. I kill the Spirit Crafter, and then I don't have to be as afraid of this little Minotaur, who'd only hit for 2 instead of 3 with First Strike. And on a future turn, I can use Quilled Sliver to just ping it off because it only has 1 toughness. And here I am, having made several blunders, and I'm wondering if I should double block. I mean, I guess. I get Tahngarth, who has Vigilance. Oh, and he can pay 2 mana and tap him to deal damage equal to his power to a creature, who then deals their damage back. But as a 5/4, he's going to survive all those fights. That's really bad. I will not graft onto him. Now during the end step, I'll go ahead and play the Protector, because otherwise I'm wasting my mana, but no more surprise blockers. This isn't going super great. That Tahngarth's going to be really hard to beat. Play the Sliver. Ugh, they're just going to kill it with Tahngarth. I don't even know what I can do. I have to draw my Cleave spell that can just destroy Tahngarth, otherwise... Or hope they don't know how to use him. But they do. They always activate their abilities. Fortunately, Shield means my bird survives 1 time. Attacking the 2/3. So I can block with both of... Oh, I have a stop and declare attackers. Alright, yep. Okay, but declare blockers. Yeah, so they're going to kill one of these. That's fine. They have to discard a card. They actually have cards this time. They discarded a mountain. It's not the card that kills Tongarth. Not looking great. Tongarth kills the spider. My attack. Well, the sliver... Nope, no. Not blocking. I take 6. Sliver can kill 1. Doesn't have death touch, but it still gets to deal damage. And that's not going to do it. I'm not dead. No, I'm pretty dead. We'll see. Tongarth kills the sliver. They make another. They make that. They attack. I have to block here. I go to 1. And yeah. There you go. Dang. Alright, so now, how do these dungeons work? I think I could try again, but I'm starting with a lower life total this time. Pretty sure. Where can I see my life? I don't see it on this screen. On here it's tracking my win and loss against different enemies, and then yeah, I am at 9 out of 12 life. Well, let's give it one more shot. See if I can win with 9 life, even though I failed with 12. I don't have to mulligan. I'm still going second, but I'll keep 2 force and a plains. And what is this? Oh, this is the... I haven't played this yet. 5-mana enchantment. At the beginning of each combat, it doubles my creature's size. All of them. Which sounds amazing, but it's actually like... okay. I think my computer just slowed down. Alright, Deathhood Cobra. Got a 2/2. Something's wrong with my computer. They've got a 2/2 with haste. It gets +2/+0 until end of turn when it enters the battlefield. I mean, if they attack, I will block. I'm happy to make that trade. But looks like they chose not to. And unfortunately, I have nothing for 3. I have 3 5s and a 4. So we'll pass the turn. I can use my mana to activate Deathhood Cobra. It can get Death Touch if needed. Spirit Binder is a thing that makes copies of things when it untaps. Kinda scary. Now I can just play a 3/3. Which is not bad. He's got more and more Minotaurs. Haste and Mentor, when it attacks, gives a +1/+1 counter to another attacking creature that's smaller in terms of power. Ugh. Alright. I think I have to kill that Spirit Binder because if they untap with it, they get to trigger it, which is scary. Killing the Sergeant is good too, though. But we're going to do that. They only get to kill one of my guys, so that's nice. And probably just play the Hermit. One squirrel can trade with the Sergeant. Oh, but I'm going to have to pay Echo. So this is a time when you can think about ignoring Echo. So if I can get good value of the squirrels and the Hermit this turn, maybe it's not worth paying 5 mana to keep him around. But they didn't even attack. And now they have Morag, but they don't know how to use Morag. Alright, I'm going to pay it. Our Aggressor. First strike and haste? Oh gosh. Waiting for opponent. A mentor onto the 3-2. Makes it a 4-3. Now what? I'm at 5. That's not great. I can't pay for the Cobra. So let's make use of the 2 power squirrels that we have, because I think I have to chump block probably like that. And then kill Morag with 3 squirrels. So I'm going to take 4 from the Skull Cleaver and go to 1. They're still going to have that 4-3, 3-1-1 dwarfs, and the 7-2 first strike. And I just have a 2-2. What did I do? Do these all have first strike? What kind of terrible mistake did I make? Oh no! I put the deranged hermit in front of the creature that has first strike, which means it dealt first strike damage, killed the hermit, all the squirrels shrunk down to 1, and then the normal combat damage happened. That is a disaster. Oh, and they have another second attack step, so I'm dead anyway. Well, I think we're gonna have to go home. That guy's a bit rough. I think when I leave here, forget how it works, but if I go back inside, here, it lets me walk through the building, but he's still by himself for now. Let's see if I can find another town. It's just kind of like procedurally generated. I think there's a way to zoom in and like find them. Like you can zoom in on this map somehow, but I don't know how. I think these are more dungeons. I need a town. I want to go back. I want to get revenge. Oh, and somebody came out of the town to get me. Alright, well hopefully it's not as hard. Anointed Chorister, lifelink, 1/1, 5 mana to give it +3/+3 until end of turn. Should I play the Viper as a 1/2 blocker? I don't know. Sure, I'm in the mood to play a Viper. Whoops. Then we can do the Cobra. I'll play this Symbiote. Angel of Vitality. If you gain life, gain that much +1. +2/+2 as long as you have 25 or more life. But they're 15 away from that. 3 mana. Alright, let's attack. This is Death Touch. Can't block the Angel. No block with both of them. Or attack, I mean. And oh, the Cobra can get reach, but not this turn because I only have 3 mana. I would need to pay 2 for casting it and 2 to activate it. I could play a 3/1. But they have a 1/1, so that's too easy of a trade. Oh wait, what's going on? They give me 5 to give it +3/+3. They must have some kind of combat trick. I'll let them show it to me. Tenacity, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain lifelink until end of turn. Untap them. That's going to be annoying because now they can block as well. They're going to gain 5 life, but I'm still killing their creature, so. Mythic Proportions for 7. So I'm still a few turns away from that. I can attack with a Viper because they can't block it. I can attack with this too because it's a 2/2, so they can trade if they want. Play the Audacious Infiltrator. Can't block the Angel still. They give Tandem Tactics just to give it +1/+2 until end of turn, and you gain 2 life, but they'll gain 3 instead because of her ability. That's fine. Oh, I'm dead, so that's not fine. I forgot. I started with low life. Well, now I'm back at full life. How much money do I have? So this is a shop that sells like, oh, I have 0. Do I lose money for losing the game? I must. Or maybe the Minotaurs didn't pay me anything? Well, I do have cards. So maybe I just sell. I don't like selling, but I got no money. So I can sell all this stuff I got. I'm going to sell this Quagnoth. Should probably sell the Myojin. 8 mana, 8/8. It's kind of cool though. I feel like if I build a ramp deck, I might want it. And then what else do we get? Some of these are too good. I probably don't need more forests. I'm pretty... Oh, it only sells for $2. But it'll still clear out my inventory. I'm never going to play these Dwarven Mines. And I don't need this forest. I might want more plains and mountains and stuff at some point. Did I not get a bunch of Minotaur cards? Or at least a couple? Did I lose them when I lost the game? Wait, now it's showing I have 210. Or is that I just sold some cards? I don't know what's going on here. But I don't have a lot of money still. Oh, here's more slivers. Another Venom Sliver. If I play red, I have access to 2 Bone Splitter Slivers and a Hunter. Maybe I should splash red for 2 Bone Splitter Slivers. How many white cards do I even have? Let's do this. Oh, I don't have enough. Don't have enough. Shall I switch to red from white? It's not like I have amazing white cards here. Or I can try to play 3 colors, which is risky. I mean, I can add... Alright, so let's add this. What was this one? It's okay. I'm gonna sell it. I want to get to $50. I'm gonna sell Thallid. Sorry, little guy. And then let's go pick up the other Bone Splitter. Hunter... I'm not sure about Hunter. Provoke means when you attack, you can force something to block. Basically, you get to choose who to attack, but I don't think that's how I'm using my slivers. I'm not sure. I'm not messing with these other color slivers at this point. All right, so let's add. I sold all my other red cards. Oh, we're gonna play the Sentinel. And can I cut all the white? Oh man, this Swooping Protector is pretty good. And so is this, even though I've never gotten to cast it. Might have to switch back at some point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm also going to go down 1 forest. So I need 7 mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So back to 40 cards. We're now red, green, just for these 2 Bone Splitter Slivers. And I still have the Quilled Sliver. No, I have to play white because I have to play Quilled Sliver. All right, so let's cut some other stuff. Make sure we get... I have to try to play 3 colors in this nonsense. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to cut... How many? I'm going to have to play, like... I don't need that many planes, I guess? Ugh. I'm going to play 4 planes in this deck? And, like, never draw them? This is really bad advice. Don't look at what I'm doing. Definitely playing this Thriving Grove. Don't look at what I'm doing. This is really bad. And if I'm playing white, maybe I can play my good cards. Cutting Unnatural Growth. I would like to play with Unnatural Growth, but not in this deck right now. Do I cut Llanowar Tribe? It's going to be so hard to get triple green now. This deck is probably worse than before, but let's see if I can get back into that Minotaur Cave. Which direction was it? I actually don't even know. Oh, I'm so slow. Those movement upgrades are nice. I actually don't know if it resets. I think this is it. All right, he didn't reset. So let's see. Can my 3-color sliver deck... I won the coin toss. I get to go first. I drew 0 lands, which is not a good number. 2 planes, also not good. I have to return a card to the bottom of my library and then decide if I want to mulligan again, which I do. Oh boy. So this is what happens when you build a bad deck. Well, oh, there's a forest. Oh, it's the go time. Oh man, we're out of control here. Oh my gosh. We're out of control. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. You guys. That was a really good, this is a really good deck, and that was a really good way to open the game. So if you want to take any advice, I would just say do everything that I did, and everything will always work out for you. Yeah, all the prizes are mountains, so that's probably $106. And some more cards. Gruul Guildmage is fun, I guess. Actually, this is good. It's good on I have a red-green deck, kind of. Cerulean Gatekeepers is not good. And Goma Fata Vanguard, an Magic Arena variant version. Remember to attack target creature an opponent controls with power less than or equal to the number of warriors and equipment you control. Can't block this turn. So that's shop fodder. You got Step Through with Wizard Cycling. City of Traders is a strong card, but not necessarily for the deck I've got going on anytime soon. Hopefully it's worth a good chunk of coin though. Bog Down, not good. And End Raise Forerunners. 8 mana. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Here, you can read it too. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn. So this, if I do build like a rampy green deck, this would be in there. And I do have some of the pieces for it, but not enough. I need a lot more ramp. So that's something I'll be keeping my eyes on in the shops. But that's the thing, is you kind of like when you draft in Magic, in this game you got to keep your eyes open for what is in the shop. And this is the same shop we were in place we were in before. I just came in to rest, but I finished my little Minotaur dungeon. So I think I'm going to call it there for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe so we can get more subscribers, and bye.